Well, I'm going to head down to the barn for a minute. It is snowy here. Sent you guys, on my opening video I sent you guys a little picture of how snowy it is. Now, I would say, I said half a foot, but it's not half a foot. 4 inches maybe landed here last night, maybe 3 and a bit, maybe 4. It wasn't the end of the world. It certainly wasn't Buffalo, I can tell you that. So I do want to go through. The babies. You know, it's about time. Now the babies are here. Yeah, we have a couple of horses to come in still. 2 yearlings that we had just acquired recently. One at the Harrisburg sale that was a buyback from Jacob and his father. The Schaefer Farms, where we have our horses turned out. We're going to take that horse either to Canada or Ohio. I'll figure that out today. And then we have a Huntsville that has to come in also. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that puts us at 64 yearlings for the year. We'll get to it and getting them broken going, the last 2, but the ones that are in right now are doing their work very well. Very happy with them. Only a couple need polishing in Ohio. We'll get to those, but I'm going to start right now with all the horses we have. AC Swan needs to come back from Illinois. There's 3 horses in Illinois right now. AC Swan, Alibaba, and Per Lucky. He's coming back in this week, so we'll bring him back. At some point in the next week, we'll get them back here from Illinois to, I guess, Northfield. I have to see the stall situation here in Ontario, but I think Northfield is the best bet for them right now. The way I broke it down was simple. I talked to James the other day. James, Danny, and Johnny are going to be in charge of going with the babies. Mario has the one horse here, Seasons of Love. If he wants to help go with the babies too, he's welcome to, but all the babies will be under the care of Danny, James, and Johnny for the most part. That's how I see it going anyway. So we have, as I said, we have AC Swan, who needs to come back from Illinois. Activation, doing his work well, looks good on the track. That's the Father Patrick colt. That was a buyback from Diamond Creek. It's funny, because we have 2 Father Patricks at the top of this list, Activation and Affection. One was bought from Diamond Creek on Gate by the Cross family and sent here. The other one was bought as a buyback from Diamond Creek. Both came from Diamond Creek. The other one was a buyback from Diamond Creek that we bought after day 1 in Lexington. So Activation and Affection doing their work well. Affection was really cranky when we broke her. She was tough to get her work done. She was being stubborn. Now she looks great on the track. I went with her the last 2 times I was there. I was very happy with her. So Activation doing his work well. That's the colt by Father Patrick. And Affection, the filly by Father Patrick, doing her work well also. Alibaba needs to come back from Illinois also. And Tilly's Hanover, this is the horse that cut Lauren Strucker. And Tilly's Hanover. Now it's funny because we had all of the international monies we had last year did great, right? All of them. And the one that looked bad all winter, Austral Hanover, we had a tough time gating him. You couldn't get him going right away. He looked terrible all winter, and then he got to the races and he just turned into, literally, and I'll say it, he was my favorite 2-year-old to drive last year towards the end of the year, just because he did everything right. He was so versatile, and there was never any concern he was going to make a break. He was just a nice horse to drive. And Tilly's Hanover, a couple of days they've been going with him, hasn't trotted yet, hasn't done his work well yet. So we'll see how he does when I get over there. If we have to put the hobbles on him or put lots of weight on him, we will. But again, no concerns, especially after seeing the wide swath of the international monies we had last year, all the way from doing it perfectly to doing it poorly. They all made the races and they all did their work well. So as I said to Jason, I'm not concerned with Antilles Hanover. Look at his breeding. Look at the way he looks. I have 0 concerns with him. Arson looks awesome over there. This is the Charleston's brother. Man, he just looks great on the track. It's so good. Like this year, we did transition. We bought some high-powered pacers, and we have a couple on both sides of the border that really look like they're going to be nice horses. We have Arson and Cowboy by the Sea for sure, amongst a couple other ones, but definitely those 2 on that side. And then over here on this side, we got Time Is On Your Side. We have the Newport Beach Boy horse. Who's the other one I'm forgetting? Another really nice horse. Anyway, we have 2 or 3 on either side of the border that are meant to be good horses and could be and should be good horses. But the fact is we have some pacers that got some real deep pedigrees, and they look like really, really nice horses. So I am super excited. Again, anytime we can expand our borders, I'm going to try to, and we did. This year we have some pacers that look really, really good, at least so far. Blanton's Blue, I love Blanton's Blue. As I said, the only dig I have is he has to start learning to do his work properly. You know, once I got him trotting the other day when I went with him, I guess 2 weeks ago, he looked fine, but up until that point, goofing off, being stupid, just being a young stud, that's fine. But that needs to be, you need to come forward and you have to start doing your work properly at some point, or you'll go from a young stud to a young gelding, in which case I know he'll do his work better at that point. So Blanton's Blue, if you're watching this video, Blanton's Blue, don't keep pushing me. Don't do it. So Blanton's Blue, but he's going great on the track. Just a beautiful, beautiful colt at this point. Born to Dance, another nice pacer we have. This is the Dancing Yankee colt. I like the way this guy moves. Both the lather up and the Dancing Yankees that we have all look really, really nice too. Born to Dance looks very nice on the track. Chirahola's going good. Amy went with her, I think, the last time. She's going good again on the track. Very happy with her. Cowboy by the Sea, you guys saw him pacing the last time I went with him. Man, he looks nice on the track. Don't talk about Bruno. My youngest daughter, no, not my youngest daughter, my daughter, first daughter, Ava, had to explain to me that was a song. We don't talk about Bruno. I guess I've never heard of it. I don't think. Maybe you heard it on the radio. I don't know. But Bruno is Crantini's brother. Very timid on the track. Crantini was real bossy when he was on the track. This guy's much more reserved and timid. I don't really know if that means anything, but I'm very, very happy with what I've seen with what the hell's his name? Don't talk about Bruno on the track. Again, will we castrate him? Unfortunately, the history of his family will probably force him into a gelding situation. But as of right now, don't talk about Bruno. Has been fine on the track. Drebin. I'm going to have Drebin over and get him looked at. A little over on the right shaft when he's trotting. Now, he doesn't have shoes on behind me. We need those on him. Is his foot a little sore left hind? Or there may be a little OCD there. I don't really care which it is. The OCD, especially this time of year, you're talking less than 3 weeks from start to finish. What I mean by start to finish is from the time he walks in the clinic to the time he's back jogging, it's less than 3 weeks. So I'm not really concerned either way. I want to get Drebin. There's 3 or 4 horses. If they show any signs that something might be up, I want to have them over and get them looked at right away. And I want to have them over and get them looked at right away and make sure that they're okay as we head into the winter. Now's the time to do it, right? Christmas is coming. You say December 1st. Say you get them taken out by December 10th. Perfect timing. Start them back January 1st. Awesome. So that's really what we're looking for. In any of the horses that show any signs there may be some concerns, take them over and take them over and get them looked at. So where are we at here? Don't tell Drebin. That was Drebin. Otherwise, he's doing his work perfectly. Very, very happy with him. Easy in the turns. I saw her the other day. Man, she looked awesome. Really, really impressed with the way Easy on the turns and the other filly looked. Now, Easy on the turns was the Muscle Mass. The other filly was the Bank filly. I see the shares on her move really, really slow. The other one, Summer of something. She looks nice on the track too. So I don't know. I guess I can't blame everybody. Of course, were you going to buy shares in Muscle Mass, who's already a proven sire, season after season of being one of the best horses in Ontario as a sire, or do we go with the first crop sire of the Bank we know nothing about? I get it. I understand. But Easy on the turns looked great the other day going. Electric Line. This is the lather up filly. She looks good on the track. Very, very impressed with Electric Line. Flash Fly. Another one. Both these green shoes a little timid, and they don't like to be bossed around. I love that about them. But Insider Trading over on the left shaft a bit. Flash Fly just seems a little bumpy going, but when she got her going yesterday, she was perfect. I guess she doesn't need to go to the vet, but she's one of the ones where, again, if there's any indication there might be something going on, let's just have a look. So I think that's what we're going to do. Both Flash Fly and Insider Trading next week are going to go over to the vet with the horse I'd set up here. Drebin also, and there's one other one. the filly we brought home, I want to get her looked at. There might be a fifth, but there's 4 right there for sure. Flash Fly was trotting good yesterday after I got her going. George of the Jungle looks nice also. Very happy with George. Goldbug Hanover, I haven't seen her yet. I couldn't get her on the track before I had to leave to go to Pennsylvania the other day, so I didn't get a chance to go with Goldbug Hanover, but they say she looks beautiful. How can she look beautiful? I'm sure she does. Great Bet looks good. We got to get him from Tomiko up to first line very, very soon. Where are we at? Great Bet. Green Tea goes nice. This Green Shoe Colt, he goes really, really nice. Dr. Rucker's horse goes nice over at Northfield Park. Gypsy Hill is going good. That's the What the Hill Colt. That was one of my top picks of the sale in Ohio, was Gypsy Hill. I like this horse. When I saw him go on the track his first time, I like everything about him. Very, very happy with what I've seen from Gypsy Hill. I'll tell you a filly that looked amazing. Talk about trotting fillies for Ontario and trotters for Ontario. Hallie in the Clouds. Oh my God, does she ever trot nice? Danny went with her yesterday. She looked amazing. I'm Fancy Like looks good. That's again that white blazed Dancing Yankee filly in Ohio. She's a beautiful filly. Insider Trading. This is number 2 in the entire sale in Harrisburg. As I said, over on the left shaft a little bit. Is that her feet because she doesn't have shoes on? I don't know, but we're going to find out. It's pretty easy to knock on that door. Have a look inside. We'll have her over to the vet next week and get her looked at. International Spy. Every year we just got a couple that just look so impressive right out of the gate, and this guy's one of them. I put him in a set yesterday. James like, is he ready? I said, no, probably not. But he can go and play around. No shoes on behind, no head check on. Horse went out and we just had a set of 3. James's Colt, Winter Bells, and him. And he ended up trotting away from him down the lane. The horse looked amazing. He is a big, big, strong boy. Irresistible Sun. Now again, talk about Gypsy Hill. Irresistible Sun really was my top pick of the entire sale. I told everybody that when we went there to get him. This is the guy that I wanted to get. We ended up buying him actually for a little bit less than I thought we'd have to pay for him. Super happy with him. I love the fact that Lauren loves him too, right? Lauren, this is Lauren's favorite horse, I think, is Irresistible Sun in the entire 2-year-old crop over there right now, which is exciting. Very, very happy, and I haven't gone with him since the first day or two we went, so I don't know what he can do yet. I love the fact that Jason Merriman's been going in sets with them already on Wednesdays and Saturdays, exactly what I want to see. And I didn't get an update about yesterday, but I heard they all went good. I didn't get any specifics of this one went really good, or this one was okay, or that one needs a little help. They just said they all went really good. J-Port Beach Boy again. I don't really know how we got this guy. I guess first crop sire, but I don't understand how he only went for that amount of money. $33,000 I think we paid for him, and he is a very, very, very good looking horse. Dollar for dollar, maybe one of the best horses we look like we bought. At least there's a lot of snow and mud and grass between now and the starting gate in June and July. But from a starting point, from their first steps on the track, how they look, J-Port Beach Boys looked as good as anybody, as far as I can see. Levesque in Action is back doing her work perfectly now. This affiliate was acting up when we first got her. She's awesome now. Does everything right. That's the Uncle Peter filly. Lonely Lakewood is jogging down here at Tomiko too. What a nice horse this horse is. This is the guy, this is the Father Patrick Ridgeling that we did castrate when we castrated Nothing But a Dreamer. The horse has just been exceptional since the time we broke him and brought him over here. The horse looks great. Lover's Play, going good again. This is Tactical Landing. Tactical Landing filly with the Flirt and Philly family that we bought. Really happy with her. She does her work well. McPaisley. Last I saw McPaisley, she wasn't pacing yet, but Danny had gone with her for the entire week I was gone to Harrisburg, and now I talked to him. He said, no, she paces every day. She looks awesome out there. This, again, is the other McWicked. This is the McWicked filly, whereas J-Port Beach Boys, McWicked Colt. Both these McWickeds look very, very good. Melanie's Michaela finally starting to pace properly now. Gave her a wide berth because, I had to search my memory banks for what World for Two was like when we broke him. It took a while to get him gated, and then he was gated perfect. Now he can do it. The horse does everything perfectly. So Melanie's Michaela going now and looking good. The horse that does look very, very good for a small amount of money we paid for him was Mel Gibbs Swan. Amy loved this horse. This was her pick on the last day of yearlings. She really, really liked the way the horse looked. And he ended up going for such a small amount of money, even though I wasn't in the neighborhood of wasn't really looking for a Swan for All colt. I think we paid $10,000 for him for that. It was really hard to walk away from him. Memory and imagination. This was a Father Patrick. They said he was acting up and kicking bad when we first broke him. Then the next day he was good. Then the next day he kicked a little bit. I went out with him the other day. He thought he was going to kick once. I hit him a swat with the whip, and then never had any issues with him after that. The horse trotted perfect on the track. Beautiful horse. This is the Father Patrick colt out of his sister to Solveig, and herself was a $415,000 yearling. So strong pedigree, top to bottom. This is the Father Patrick colt. Militant. I love this horse. The six packs look good, and Militant looks awesome on the track. I can't gush over all of them, right? Because it's just wouldn't be fair to everybody, and I try to give an honest opinion of them. I'll give you exactly where I'm coming from. Militant looks as good as any horse we broke this year, from my standpoint. Mounts for All looks good, continues to do his work. This is Tactical Mounts' brother. Been very happy with him. The only reason we ended up with 3 Indiana breds was because I didn't think we could afford Tactical Mounts. On the budget we had left to buy that particular horse, I didn't think we could get them. So I ended up buying 2 for a much smaller amount before he came in the ring, and then we ended up getting him for less than what I thought he'd bring. So we ended up with 3 Indiana breds. Mounts for All was my top pick, and for all intents and purposes, I guess still is right now. Trots nice and does his work well on the track. Myself in the bar. One of the last ones still hasn't been gated up properly yet. I've been told he's close. He's almost there. He was a little bit sick. This is a guy we're going to work on over the next month or so to get him gated up good and going. Nice colt. If he needs a little time, we'll give him a little time. Certainly no concerns with that. He's a beautiful colt, decent pedigree, real sharp looking bugger. So if he's not gated up or he has some issues we have to deal with, then we will. And we'll deal with them in due time. No Chance in Hill for a horse that was crazy at the sale. He's the opposite of crazy now. Amy went with him the last time she was over there. And if anything, the reports are he's a little bit lazy now. For a horse that was so crazy at the sale, a little bit lazy on the track now. We didn't have to geld him at all yet. He's just been the sweetest horse to work around. Oh Snap You. This is the creatine filly. Amy, I would say Amy's top pick. She loved the filly. So did I. This was a collaboration, a McDonald collaboration. We both loved Oh Snap You, and I love what I've seen on the track from this filly. Paycheck Princess. This is the first Always Be Mickey that Schaefer Farms has sent to us. The second one will be on its way this week. Very happy with what I've seen from Paycheck Princess. She got a snappy gait. She's strong in the mouth right now, but a snappy gait on her. She looks good. Pickpocket, big Walner colt. He can be a little lazy. We might geld this guy in the coming weeks. I don't want to just rush in and say, oh, geld this one, geld that one. Yeah, everybody, you just think that you geld them and they're immediately better. It doesn't always work that way, and this is one thing. You literally can't put the genie back in the bottle. Once it's done, it's done. So, Pickpocket, we're going to give them all a wide berth. The only reason I gelded Lonely Lakewood was because he was a ridgeling, and I gelded Antilles Hanover because he struck at Lauren. That's why. So, Pickpocket, we'll see. If he needs gelded, we'll geld him. If he doesn't, he won't. Prince Charmer, this was one of our afterwards. This was one of my top picks in the sale. Come in at number 3 or 4 maybe. He went for nothing, like $8,000. I still to this day don't understand why. I can't figure it out. I thought he was grossly underpriced. And from the reports I get, and from what I see on the track, I'm leaning towards I was right, because he looks very, very good on the track. Pull the Shoes. I think Amy went with this filly when she was over. No, she went with the Chapter 7 filly. Daryl's been going with Pull the Shoes, I believe, and he said she looks nice on the track. I went with her the one day. She looks perfect. Another filly was one of the last horses in the sale at Lexington on day 2, I believe. No, day 1. Day 1. She was the last horse that went through the ring, I think, on day 1, and looked very, very good. Man, another one of those ones like Prince Charmer, and who was the other one up here? There was another one for next to nothing that I really could not explain. And Pull the Shoes for a green shoe filly. I guess if you look at green shoes at Harrisburg that didn't go as high, you could say, oh, that's why. But at Lexington, they were going pretty high, and this filly didn't. And I'm not really sure why. Punch the Clock. Horse amazing. I went with her yesterday, and put it this way. We bought her before, well, put it this way. We bought her for $180,000 US before, this is a sister to King of the North, before he started doing good, before he won the Breeders' Crown Elimination, before he won the final, before he was sold as a stud, before all of that, we bought his sister. And then he did all that. And now it's turned into, potentially if he does well in that last stake race, I think he has one stake race left. If he does well in that last stake race this year, he very well could very well be the 3-year-old trotter of the year in the U.S. Yes, Jim Campbell's horse won the Hamiltonian, but hasn't really done a whole lot since, right? And was 1,000,000 to 1 when he won the Hamiltonian. King of the North made a break in the Hamiltonian in a very opportune place. Inopportune that he run, but he was in the right place to do very well in the race and made a break without the hobbles on. They put the hobbles back on the horse. He raced okay in Kentucky. He is a Lasix horse. Raced okay in Kentucky, and then when he got back to Canada where they put him on Lasix again, he crushed them. And I think it's really hard not to put him in line for 3-year-old trotter of the year. So we bought this filly before all that took place. So if she was worth 180 on that day, what's she worth today? Very good purchase, I think. She's going to be worth a ton of money as a broodmare, and it's going to do us a lot of good in between. I hope. She trots nice. She's got a great attitude and a great gait. Super, super, super impressed with Punch the Clock. Purple People Eater does her work well continuing. I'm going to give my early pick. Before December, I've seen one horse that catches my, every time I see him on the track, my eyes are drawn to him. His name is Ready for Landing. Tactical Landing brother to What the Hill. That's what he is. And he looks very, very, he reminds me of? He's not related to him in any way, shape, or form. He reminds me exactly of Carter Michael Dio. He looks like him. He has the same mannerisms of him. He acts like him inside and outside the barn. That's who he reminds me of. Maybe that's why I'm drawn to him. He's just a beautiful horse. A very, very good looking colt. Very, very happy with him. Really don't care. This is the filly that Amy went with and loved her. This is the Chapter 7 filly that we bought on day 1 in Lexington from Crawford Farms. She's doing her work really well. Royal Emeralds, here's her green shoe filly. We already put the hobbles on. Somebody said, well, you say the green shoes are going, you got one that wears hobbles. Yeah, who gives a shit? I don't care if she wears hobbles. Excuse my French. She's acting up. She's bouncing around. She's sharp. She hasn't quite caught her gait yet. Yeah, I'm going to pitch the hobbles on her and help her. That's what I'm going to do. And we did. She's been perfect ever since. Probably take them off now. Royal Emeralds has looked great. A very strong filly and has looked very, very good. And just because we put the hobbles on her doesn't mean that she's a terrible animal. She just needed a little help. A little help catching her gait. She's got it now. Seasons of Love. This is the filly. Yeah, here's the one. 74 shares left. I guess I don't blame you guys. She's first crop the bank. But again, an affordable filly that I think we're going to have a lot of fun with. She looked good on the track yesterday. Very happy with her. Sedona Hill. Very, very nice filly. This filly does everything right. Again, when we went with them, one of the ones, the two that stuck out to me were Oh Snap You and Sedona Hill on the filly side the first time we went with them. Now, I haven't gone in sets enough to say this one or that one. Those two fillies were amongst the top of the heap from day 1. She looks very good. Southwind Digit, I love this horse. This is the bar hopping. I haven't got a chance to go with her yet, and I want to go with her as soon as I get over there this week. My number 1 goal will be go with Goldbug Hanover and most definitely Southwind Digit. This was my kind of value play of the whole sale in Harrisburg, and I'm very interested to see how this bar hopping filly looks. Sully's Landing, big colt, continues to look good on the track. This is a big, big boy by Tactical Landing out of all that Canadian line backs for life. I see Mr. Duford at first line all the time. I saw him there yesterday. He's asking about the colt. I'm going to send him the video. I don't know if they saw him yet or not. He looks good on the track. Sunset Acres Girl. This is the Jurassic Park, Michigan filly. The weird breeding nobody knows about. She's trotting good now. We put some weight on her the other day. I saw her on the track. She was cantering and bouncing around, but when she was trotting, she looked good. A little weight on her. Who knows? I don't know what the hell she buy again. She's Sunset Acres Banker. Yeah. Okay. Third and six. Third and 6 looks good on the track, continues to look good on the track. Very happy with 3rd and 6. Time is on my side. I have never been so excited to own a pacer in my life as I am this horse. He just looks very, very... You can see him on the track. He just looks professional. The other horse that looks that way on the trotting side is the International Spy. Yeah, they just look like they know. They know something the other ones don't. It's weird. It's hard to explain. This is a very, very beautiful colt. Union Suit. This is Slim Jimmy's brother. He looks just like him. He looks great on the track. Vaquero Blue Chip. This is the Father Patrick, the only one that acted up real bad the first week. I didn't see it. He was fine when I went with him. Jason said he was acting up a couple of times. Trot's nice on the track, but he's one that might be heading down old Gelding Avenue at some point. Beautiful gait. The thing about the Father Patrick is you can't allow them to get that cranky attitude. Once it seeps in, it seems to stay there, and you don't want it there. So Vaquero Blue Chip, quite frankly, could be gelded at some point. Venice Blue Chip looks great. That's the lather up filly. She looks very, very good on the track. Victory Blue Chip he's a big boy too. He looks good on the track also. Watch Your Mouth is here. Now this is the half brother to, no, see, the full brother to Peanut, I think. He is. John Bottom sent the horse here. He's broke now and going. All he does is pace. We'll put the hobbles on him this week. Widespread Panic, the muscle massive colt. He was sick last week, so he didn't go. But, man, he's got a big, strong body on him. I can't wait to see how he is when we start feeding him some speed. He looks nice on the track. Winter Bells looks absolutely perfect on the track. Very, very happy with this Shadow Play filly. I can't wait to see how she's going to be training down also. We get so many nice pacers also this year. First time ever we've had a large grouping of nice pacers. So I'm very interested to see how it's going to play out. But that is all the yearlings. We'll come back. We get the 2-year-olds. We get the 3-year-olds. Be back in just a minute.